Hey guys, it's Melissa here from melissaoatman.com. Welcome to Awaken Your Inner Awesomeness, a daily podcast devoted to spirituality and self-help. If you're new, I want to welcome you. If you're returning, welcome back. So today I wanted to talk to you about sort of an interesting topic. If you are an empath, and I know I have a lot of people out there who have spiritual gifts and who are empaths, so I know that this is going to resonate with some of you. If you are an empath and you feel like you are connected to a person's energy and you're having a difficult time getting that person out of your head, out of your thoughts, out of your mind, and out of your energy, then this is the episode for you. And even if you're not, you can still listen because this may happen to you at some point. So when we're empaths, we have made agreements to come here with other people to experience things in this life. And those are called our soulmates. And they can be romantic soulmates, or they can just be family members and friends, coworkers, whatever. When we connect with these people, sometimes we're only meant to connect to them to learn a simple life lesson, and then we move on. But when you're an empath, sometimes what happens is that we connect to these people to learn our lesson, and then we go our separate ways, but our energies are still connected to these people or to these situations or to these lessons. So it might keep coming back up in your life. Like you may be going about your life, things are great, everything's wonderful, and all of a sudden this person's energy just shows up out of nowhere. And it can show up as you continuously thinking about this person, and you're like, why am I thinking about this person? I've not seen or talked to this person in years, and I don't know why I can't now suddenly get them out of my head. And it can be quite frustrating because you're thinking, oh my gosh, now I'm obsessed with this person or with this situation, and I don't understand why, because I was doing just fine. And I think that there's a couple of things going on. Number one, I think that you are feeling that other person's energy. And if that other person is thinking about you or having thoughts about your particular situation, whether it's a friendship, coworker, romantic relationship, whatever it is, if they're thinking about you, you can sense that, you know that. And whatever they're thinking tends to come up with you. I know this because this has happened to me recently. I living my life, living my best life, right? Doing all the things that I want to do. And this one person from my past just kept coming up. I would have dreams about him, and I would just constantly throughout my day couldn't stop thinking about him. And I don't want that. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to be mean, but I don't want to be obsessed with thoughts of someone else. That's not going to be productive for me, and it's distracting me from living the life that I need to get out there and live. So I was thinking about this. I'm like, what is going on? Why now? What's going on? Why all of a sudden? So I sat down and I just kind of talked to my guides and said some prayers and pulled a few cards for myself. And what I realized was that it's not my energy. I'm not picking up on my own thoughts and my own energy. What's happening is this person, their energy is deep in thought about me or our situation. It doesn't even have to be about me. It could just be about what happened in this situation. And maybe they might be reflecting just to say well, what was I supposed to learn and how could I do this better? But it's coming up for me and I'm like, oh my gosh, okay, stop. But I think the second thing and the reason this might happen is that the universe is asking me to go back and say, okay, is there anything else that I didn't learn from that situation that I still need to learn? Is there anything that I can take from that will help me in my life and make me a better person and make my future relationships better? So for me, I'm using this as an opportunity to reflect in a good way of what do I need to learn? How can I grow from this? But it took me a minute to figure out that this was not my own energy. And it was freaking me out, quite honestly. I was like, why is this person like in my head space? Like, get out of my head. And then I realized what it was all about. So I think that happens to us sometimes. We can go through life and we're doing great, and all of a sudden a past situation will come up and we can't let it go, and it becomes like an obsessive thought for us. Or maybe, I don't know if this has happened for you. This is what was happening for me this week, so I thought I would share. So we can do a couple of things. Number one, we can look at the situation and say, okay, universe, is there something you're wanting me to learn about this? Is there a reason this came up for me? Like, should I be looking at this from a different perspective? Should I be learning something from it? What do you want me to do? So I pray to my team and, what am I supposed to be learning from this? Why is this coming up for me now? And for me, what was coming up was that I wasn't seeing everything from the perspective of the other person, and I needed to look at it a little differently and realize that what happened in that situation was not about me. It was not about me. Yes, there were things that I could have done better, and those were a lot of the things that I worked on, but it wasn't about me, and I needed to see that. I needed to know that it had nothing to do with me, because I spent a lot of time wondering, like, putting the blame on myself and saying, like, what could I have done better? When really, I think this was just showing me, yes, there were some things you could have done better, but this is not all on you. Like, this is not your burden, and you need to let it go. So looking at it from that perspective, it gave me a lot of peace. It was like, oh yeah, okay. All right, I can live with myself now, knowing that I'll do better next time with what I've learned, but I'm not going to take it personally anymore because it wasn't my issue. And that actually was a very healing and cathartic thing. The other thing it did is allow me to let that situation go in love and peace. We can release ourselves from situations that don't serve us. We can actually send love and healing to that situation and then let it go. So, I said something like, I release all things from the past that caused any negative attachment. I prepare and welcome new changes, new lessons, and new adventures. I welcome new opportunities to grow emotionally, mentally, and spiritually, and I let it go in love. I let it go in love. And that was like an amazing thing, because I, before that, didn't really look at it from a loving place, and I kind of had some bitterness and resentment, even if I tried to say like, oh, I'm healed, I'm totally healed. The truth is there was still some bitterness there and a little bit of resentment. So looking at it from a different way and saying, you know what, yes, this person really did care for me, but they just were not emotionally mature enough to handle this. So it was more about that than anything, but it taught you lessons. And now you can send love and healing to this person and let them go. And then when you do that, you'll probably find that you're not thinking about them anymore, because it's like a way of detaching yourself from their energy. And I feel like when we send loving and healing energy to the person, we can then let them go. And maybe they can let you go. It might be a mutual thing, that if you send the loving, healing thoughts and energy and just I let you go in love, that maybe their energy can then move on. Because I feel like a lot of times too, it's our energies meeting in the 5D because our souls are still connected. But it can cause havoc on your everyday life if you're not careful. And the other thing about it is, if you're not looking at it from a place of love and spiritual growth, you might take this the wrong way. And here's what I mean by that, because I've seen this a lot. So you have this person crosses your mind, and you can't stop thinking about them. So you're like, oh my gosh, this person loves me and is coming back for me, and this is meant to be, and that's why I just can't stop thinking about them, and on and on and on and on and on. And you drive yourself insane because you're like, okay, this person's coming back, and then nothing happens. And the reason that you were supposed to be thinking about this person, yeah, they might have been thinking about you, but maybe they were trying to work through what happened in their past too. It doesn't mean oh, I'm coming back, or oh, this or that. And I'm not trying to give anyone any kind of like negativity here. I'm just trying to give you perspective, because I've seen a lot of people take it like that, where, they'll think nonstop about a person. And I myself have been guilty of this in the past, where I can stop thinking about it and I'm like, oh my gosh, this just means this person's coming back and they're just truly head over heels and there's something that has to be resolved. And that's not what it means. What it means, it doesn't mean that the person didn't care. They probably did. That's why you're connected still, because there's emotion there. But it means that you need to look at what still needs to be healed in that connection so you can heal it and let it go. And I always feel like if people are meant to be, it will work out, because what's meant for you will not pass you by. But everyone has free will. And so, it's not just you, it's dependent upon the other person too. And sometimes other people just aren't in a place, and they never ever get to a place where they're emotionally mature or able to handle relationships. And it sucks and it's kind of sad, but we experience things from lifetime to lifetime. So sometimes it takes people several lifetimes to get to that level where they're actually emotionally mature and stable. Because if they're not healing their stuff, then they're not going to be. That's just the bottom line. You've got to heal all of that emotional baggage. When you don't heal it, you just keep repeating the same mistakes over and over again. So if they jump right into another relationship, they're going to be making the same mistakes with that person too. It's just inevitable. And it may look like on the outside, everything's great and fine and dandy. It's not. I can assure you that they have to learn those lessons. And even with family members or coworkers. So if you had a dispute with someone and you're like, I don't understand this, and you let that person go, and it's like they get another friend and you're like, what? They're still going to repeat the same stuff with other people. We've got to learn it. We've got to heal our stuff. And I think that this is where a lot of people really, really drop the ball, because they think that they can just move from one thing to the next and never look back. And that's not going to work. You've got to look back at your past in order to heal and learn from it. And it's painful, but it is so necessary, because if you don't do that, you're going to keep repeating the same patterns of behavior. It's just the truth. You don't just immediately start attracting different people having done nothing different. It doesn't work that way. You kept repeating the same type of people because you were sending out the same type of energy. And when you work on yourself and you fix yourself, that is when you attract different people, because you attract people who are also working on themselves, who are fixing themselves. And that's what you deserve. You don't deserve to have someone who's broken and refuses to see it and refuses to put themselves back together with light again. That's the only way you're truly going to be healed and be able to move on with your life. And this song kept coming into my head over and over again about you got to live your life. And you do. You have to move forward. And if you're constantly stuck on a past situation or a past person, it's hard to move forward. So if you find yourself feeling like, you've got a certain person, a certain situation, whatever, stuck in your head, you got to get that. You got to figure out, like I was started to say, you got to get it out of your head, but let me elaborate on that. You've got to figure out, what's this about? Why is this person in my head and in my energy field? And sometimes maybe the person just does need a little bit of healing and love sent to them. I always do that because, you know what, I don't want anyone to hurt or be in pain. So I just send a little loving, healing energy their way and then say, okay, release this. If there's something I need to learn from this, please tell me what it is. Please show me, and then allow me to release it. And you may need to do a cord cutting. I find that I don't necessarily need to do that as long as I just acknowledge that, okay, I was supposed to look at this because I needed to see this. I needed to see it from a new perspective. I needed to say, I understand and be forgiving of this person. send them love and healing, and then let them go in love and healing. And I think that in doing that, then I'm able to move forward. And like I said, it was a lesson for me. It wasn't just like, oh, why is this person showing up? No, I understood it. I understood that I was supposed to see this situation from another perspective, that I was supposed to see this person's side. And I did. And I understand it. And now I also understand why it would never work. I understand this person's still going through healing, and like if this person ever did totally heal, that would be a different story. But I understand that right now this person still isn't in a good place. So that's another reason why I sent some healing energy, because you don't want bad things to happen to people. We really don't. And it was just something I thought, I want to share it with them, because I don't know if anyone else is going through the same thing. And you might be, because I think as I was talking about ending 2019, we're ending cycles, I think that brings up a lot of stuff that needs closure for us. And that was a particular situation where I really didn't feel like I had closure. So I had to do something to have closure myself. And when that came up, it was like, this finally feels like closure in a good way, where I can move on now and feel okay with it. Like everything's good, which is a good thing. And it's very positive. So if you have something that keeps coming up for you, I think it's just the universe's way of saying, hey, address this, like find the closure yourself that you need. And if you feel like it's someone else, I would say this to people like, I can't stop thinking about this person and I don't understand what's going on, because I don't know why I would be. I don't understand it. And then it just came to me, it wasn't my energy. It was not my energy, but we were still connected because of the soulmate tie. We were still connected, so I was still feeling that. So I had to release that. And not in a negative way, but just, I acknowledge that, we're still connected, and, on the other side we will be, but I need to send this healing. I'm looking at it from a different perspective now, and I'm letting it go. And that's a great feeling. It really is. And everybody can use closure and peace. So again, if you're feeling like you also have experienced this, recognize that it may not be your feelings that you're feeling. You may be feeling the other person, which I believe is totally possible. And you can say, okay, universe, what is this teaching me? Is there anything that I should know? And sometimes there's not. Sometimes you're just feeling that person because they're dwelling on the situation, or they're thinking about you or sending thoughts. You can still lovingly release that. We don't have to be victim to other people constantly being stalkerish. You know what I mean? Like when I say that, like my first husband, my ex-husband, he would like track my phone, show up at my door, things like that, like bad way, stalkerish. And you don't want anyone to be that way with you mentally, because people can do that to you mentally. They can try to telepathically send you thoughts, and you may be, all of a sudden getting a thought and you're like, wow, that's random. Why would I think that? It may not be your own. I truly believe people can do that. They can be connected. So again, lovingly ask the universe, please help me, please show me what this is about, and please help me to release this. And you can. And it really will help you. I promise you, it gives you some sort of closure. No one has the right to live rent-free in your head. And that's what they're doing when you can't stop thinking about the situation or thinking about them. And if you're like me, I try not to be obsessive about anything. Like I try not to, I used to be an overthinker, but now I'm just like, no, I'm not going to let any one thought remain for too long if it isn't positive in my mind. So when those kind of thoughts come up and take over, I'm like, why? I've tried so hard and worked so hard to be positive. Why does this stuff keep coming up? That's when I realized this isn't me and this isn't about me, and I need to just let it go. And it's amazing when you acknowledge it and you ask for the universe's help, how easy it is really to do that. All right, so I hope that was helpful for you. You can always do a cord cutting, and I think I have a cord cutting meditation on my podcast here somewhere. I definitely have one on my website that you can purchase. But, it's just making the decision that you're going to let it go and ask the universe to take it from you and heal it and then send it away with love. All right, guys. Well, I wanted to pull a card for you today, and the card I pulled is from the Goddess Guidance Oracle deck by Doreen Virtue, and it is Yamanya, Golden Opportunity. It's a beautiful card. There's like a mermaid on the front with a dolphin in the background. It's really pretty. It says, important doors are opening for you right now. Walk through them. And this is all about divine timing, that when opportunities present themselves to you, you have to take a leap. You have to go for it. That things that you have prayed for are coming to pass. And this is saying, don't delay. When you see that golden opportunity opening for you, it's time for you to jump on it, move forward, get ready for a big change, and it's going to be a happy change. Celebrate your success. Know that you're qualified and ready for this new opportunity. Don't hesitate. Do the right thing. If you hesitate, a different opportunity will come along, but it's saying that you need to know that the timing is right. So dive in. Everything that you've done to prepare yourself will accompany you. And life is rich with variety and beauty. Enjoy the experiences and enjoy this opportunity as it comes to you, and know that it has been divinely guided. Whatever is coming towards you is coming towards you because the universe has been working behind the scenes on your behalf to bring it to you. Just trust the process and don't try to overthink it. If it seems like this was meant to be, it was, so go for it. All right, guys. Well, I want to thank you so much for joining me today. As always, if you like this podcast, please share it with others. Please subscribe. Please leave me reviews and feedback from wherever you're listening. That is so helpful to me, and I really appreciate all of you who have done it. And also, if you want to work with me, don't forget that for the month of February, my coaching sessions are 30% off, and my Love Your Life course is only $33 right now. It's over 50% off. My Valentine's gift to you lovelies. So if you are looking to improve any area of your life, check out my Love Your Life course. It is such a great course, and I have had so many compliments on it. So don't wait, enroll now. If you would like to work with me in any other way, a reading, Reiki, past life regression, just go to my website, melissaoatman.com. There you will find all of the services that I offer and a description of them you can purchase on my website. And when you're ready to book, you can simply contact me and we will schedule your appointment. There's so many ways to get a hold of me. All of my contact information is in the description to this podcast. If you'd just like to reach out because you have questions, please don't hesitate. I enjoy speaking to all of my clients and all of my listeners, so don't hesitate to reach out with anything you need. I hope that you guys will have a beautiful day. Please don't forget to follow me on social media. I do card readings on both Facebook and Instagram. If you subscribe to my website, you'll get a free morning and evening meditation as my gift to you. I hope that you guys will have a beautiful day from wherever you're listening, that you'll make it a wonderful day full of blessings, knowing that anything is possible. You just have to believe it. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.